Confessions of a Nashville Songwriter. It is about 98 degrees. I'm on my way to Lifetime Fitness, get my workout in. I do group fit classes there every day, and or cardio or weight training. And sometimes I take Sunday off, but not usually. And if you want to get a really effective, efficient workout, these instructors at Lifetime that teach these group fit classes will do that for you. It is no joke, man. I mean, they are amazing. They're well trained, and you're going to get all the workout you want to get. So come try one, guys, weightlifting guys, and you do a class with me. And then we'll talk about your max bench after we get done. If you want to do that. It's 98 degrees right now because it's July, and it's 98 degrees every July. And it's not the heat, it's the humidity thing. I was thinking about that a minute ago because it is hot and humid. But let me put you in a 98 degree sauna, and then I'll put you in a 98 degree steam room. And they're both hot, man. One's just wet and one's dry. I'm not a meteorologist. I'll have to consult my buddy Wendy Nations, who does weather here in Memphis, Tennessee. Maybe she can enlighten me on that. But okay. I'll tell you what. Let's say the humidity makes it feel hotter. Okay, well, all right. So if I have $300 in the bank, and I go to the bank and I say, hey, I've got $300 in my account, but I feel like I have $400. Could y'all go on and credit me, that extra hundo? They're going to say no. So I don't know. Anyway, let's get a lot of questions, and a lot of them are the same questions. So I'm going to try and handle maybe 3 of them today and a bonus question. The bonus question is from a friend of mine. Her name's Dawn Mokros. And her question was, Joe, really enjoy this series, makes me laugh, but why is my husband Mike such a dumbass? Dawn, fair question. I get that a lot from people all over the place. I think it's a combination of things. Mike's a sweet boy. And I think if you'll address your marriage with him as sort of a rescue mission, it may be easier to overcome some of those challenges. Because you're gifted in that mission that you are accomplishing very well. So rest in that, knowing that you're rescuing him from who knows what, and I think you'll be okay. I think it's a combination of things with him. I think it's low IQ. But I don't blame Mike for that. I mean, I'm pretty sure, these days, if you have a newborn baby, you have to, and you're the mother, you have to be grass-fed and breastfeed that baby. You can't feed a baby, some chemical-laced formula that you get at Kroger or Walmart or whatever. I mean, you can't do that. That's poison. So I know that he wasn't grass-fed, and breastfed, and that's an issue. It was that formula. And he didn't have one of those warming tables that you plug in and lay your baby on when you change diapers and change clothes. Because if you go from, that baby goes from 72 degrees, in your arms or in their bed, and then you put that baby up on that changing table and it's 74 degrees, that shock to their body can cause issues. So I think that's another part of it, is he didn't have one of those warming table things to be changed on. So, and I don't blame him for that. That's just modern science and technology and modern day child rearing, and that wasn't available when Mike was a baby. So I think those are the 2 main things that Mike's dealing with. So I hope that answers your question, Dawn. And you keep doing what you're doing because you are doing good work. Another question that comes up frequently is, hey man, how's that songwriting going? Well, it's going well, working hard. This is called Bang. It's my pre-workout drink. So I can get after it and get swole or whatever. Yeah, it's been going great. I've been working hard. But okay, then good. That's good to hear. I'm glad. That's good. You get to do that. But have you sold any songs lately? Well, you don't really sell songs. You are a writer for a publisher. And that publisher, just like books, let's say, or close to books, with music and songs, you get paid a royalty every time that song gets performed in a public place. So, and it's pennies. It's not a lot, but if it gets played a lot, it can be a good thing. So if it's played on the radio, TV, it's in a movie, it's played somewhere publicly, wherever, if it's sold, if someone sells an MP3, you get paid. Or if Spotify absolutely sticks a knife in your gut and field dresses you right there, on a digital media platform, they don't pay you very much. They pay you out on like the fifth decimal. It's like 0.00001 cents, or maybe 0.00004 cents. It's a joke. Spotify is. Radio, TV, sales of physical CDs, people that still buy those, and regular MP3 downloads on Apple Music, iTunes, you get paid for those. So you don't really sell a single song. You hope that you generate singles, which are songs that go to radio and released as a single, not just an album cut. And they're played a lot and they chart well and they go top 10 or top 5 or number 1, and you can be paid well for doing that. You can sell a catalog, which would be, let's say you've been in the business for 10 or 15 or 20 years or whatever, and there'll be a publisher that decides they want to buy your entire catalog of work. That would mean all your songs that you've written up to that point, or a selection of those, and you can sell that catalog to them. They calculate a price based on a formula that ebbs and flows with where royalty rates are being paid right now, or catalog sale rates are where you're getting paid. So you don't really sell a song, but it would be hard to know that if you didn't know. So I get that question all the time. Another question is, what do you write first, the words or the music or the melody? Great question. Typically, it's done 100 different ways, but in what I do and the people that I write with, typically it starts with the idea of the song. Someone might have a cool guitar riff or piano chord progression or something like that, and you might write to that, but you sort of have to have an idea first, because if you don't have a cool idea that you're going to write, then you tend to ramble. You can go in places that aren't really focused. And what you need to do with a hit song is it's got to be a focused idea. And most of the song, the content of the song, all the lines have to point to, or indirectly point to, your hook or your song idea. So you sit down with the idea. You're writing with your co-writer and you throw ideas around. And I touched on this in an earlier episode, but I'm going to hit on it again just a little bit. And you come up with an idea that you both say, that's it, let's do that. And then you decide, how are we going to build a song around this idea? What's it going to be? What are we going to say? What happens in the first verse? What happens in the second verse? Is there a third verse? What do we say in the chorus to support our hook? So you get all that sort of framed up and formatted, and then you say, okay, this is a fun hook, and it's going to be an up-tempo chord progression, up-tempo. You know, that was pretty good, actually. That's not how it happens. But So you come up, you pick up a guitar or a piano or whatever, and you come up with a chord progression that suits the mood of the idea of the song that you're trying to write. If it's a ballad, you come up with somewhat of a piano-ish type thing, or a guitar finger-picked thing, and it's a little bit slower in tempo and creates that mood that a ballad will create. Sometimes you even throw in the minor chord, the moodiest of all chords, minor. You know what minor chords are. We'll talk about it. They sound a little sad, or can sound a little sad. So, and then you come up with the chord progression you like, and you've got the idea that you like, and you start humming just fake lines to sort of come up with what your melody is going to be like, because your melody is just as important, I think, in a lot of cases, as your lyrics. So you start doing that, and you find something you like, and this can all change on the fly. And sometimes you get halfway through a song and go, man, this is not it. We got to start over. And you go back to, what's the idea we're going to write? So you got your melody, you got your chord progression, and then you start coming up with your lines in the song. You want to have a really strong opening line if you can find it. Quality, hook that listener in, because we have to connect with the listener. If you don't feel a connection, wow, that's me, or I've been there, or I've done that, or that's my brother, or my dad, or my mom, or I've cried, or I've laughed over that emotion, then why do they want to listen? They don't. They probably won't. They'll change the station, which is cardinal sin number 1. You don't ever want a listener to change the station if they're listening to radio, and you don't want them to hit forward if they're listening on a digital platform. So that's how the process works, the whole what comes first, words or music. It's organic, and it kind of all comes together to a certain extent. So that's sort of how that works. Had another question about, where do you get your ideas from? Because it seems like everything's been written. Well, everything has been written, really. You just have to come up with that idea that is a little unique, or comes in from a little bit different angle, or something that nobody's ever said before. And they're everywhere, man. I'm always listening to conversations and people and television, and looking at book titles or lines from movies, or conversations in a movie. What did that conversation just say? What were they really saying? You try not to verbatim come up, steal a line from a movie, but it's been done. But you take the notion of what that idea is and see if you can write a song around that, if it moves you, if it inspires you. And I'm a little bit more of an inspired writer. And by that, I mean, I tend to write down titles of emotions that were triggered in me by something that happened, an event, some life event, or something that happened with a wife or a child or a friend or a mother or a father. Because it seems to be there's a little more heart in that, and I really like to do that when I can. Not all the time. Sometimes it's just to sit down and write that truck song. If that's what it is, that's what it is. You're going to try and write it the best way you can. Hey, how much money do you make? Can you make a lot of money? Well, you can if you write a bunch of hit songs. If you don't write a lot of hit songs, it's kind of difficult. Just like anything. It's like laying bricks, man. If you're really good at that, you're going to have a lot of work and you're going to make a good living. But the how much money do you make question that varies by every songwriter that you know. Some years you might have a great year. Some years you might not have a very good year, income-wise. Some guys in Nashville have a great year every year, and they've done really well. And some guys are journeymen and girls, and they're just at it every day doing the work, and they make a good living. And sometimes you got to get a job at Home Depot to supplement your income if you're not having a great year. So, well, what about writer's block? Do you get writer's block? No. I think writer's block is Bravo Sierra. That's BS. I don't believe in it. I think that's something we talk ourselves into. I do a lot of free writing just about every morning. Get up about 5:30 or 6 and do my devotional. Then I just start writing. Pick a topic and start writing. Anything. Tree, snow, water, and just write. Just without thought, just write. And I go back to those things and see if I can find, is there something in that I can write about? I think, and this is just my opinion, I think writer's block is just being lazy. I don't feel like doing the work today. You got to do the work, man. And it's easy to just say, man, I'm toasted. I'm fried. I can't write anymore, man. I've written 3 days this week. Really? I got writer's block. I can't, I can't do it. That's bullshit. I don't believe it. So don't, if you're a writer, don't talk yourself into thinking that writer's block is real, because I don't believe that it is. Talk yourself out of it. Write yourself out of it. Do it every day. Write every day. Something, anything. 2 lines, a chorus, a verse, a guitar riff, anything, everything. Do it every day. That way, you'll never fall victim to the mythical writer's block, I think. Why do y'all write at the beach so much? Because it's the beach, and it's awesome. And we go down to Rosemary Beach and 30A, and we get to go to Cowgirl Kitchen and have the best Bloody Mary on the planet. And we get to go to Shades and have a big cheeseburger and some calamari. And we get to go to Wild Olives and have their cheeseburger. And I mean, there's so much inspiration down there. And you turn off the TV and you get away from the everyday and you get away from your phone. And it's just inspiring, man. The ocean being in that environment, it's so creative. It's hard not to get down there and come up with something that's really good, because it's the beach. I love that beach. Yeah. Don't go write that. I've already written it. Or beach, please. Yeah, I got that. I hear ya. Anyway, those are the questions for today. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, let me know. And keep your questions coming, because they're fun to me. And I got a bunch of new topics coming up soon. So, Dawn Mokros, I hope I was helpful with your question. That's just my take. I could be so wrong. I usually am. But I tried to answer you the best that I could. So, I'm going to go get after it. Lifetime Fitness. Get my butt kicked by one of these fitness instructors. And I will see y'all next time on Confessions of a Nashville Songwriter. See ya.